When it comes to my encounters with the opposite sex, each one of them was favorable or unfavorable depending on who I was talking to, what it was that we were talking about, our behaviors towards each other, allowing whatever differences that we may have to either conflict with the possibility of future encounters or resonate within our minds as information to help us further understand each other for better future encounters. The setting, whatever the case may be, and usually they've been pretty unfavorable. But for the ones that are favorable, I tend to want to communicate with them outside of social settings, i.e. get that number. And I do! And we will end up having wonderful conversations, ranging from topics such as books, politics, relationships, history of our people, and even about ourselves. But for some reason, there are also women whom I would have favorable conversations with, but withhold that information from me. With the reason being,
I have a boyfriend, and he would appreciate me giving out my number.
now normally I would respect that and move on, but it wasn't the first time that this happened, and it seemed to be an issue that deals with lack of trust, insecurity, and a superiority complex. Let's start with trust, which means the firm belief that someone or something can be relied on. We're going to use this as a formula for now. Okay, so if your significant other is capable of being relied on, then why do you feel the need to tell her who it is that she can and cannot speak to? As if you're entitled to her, like you own her, like she's property, because you don't believe she's capable of being reliable. You don't believe she's capable of having her own mind, her own opinions, her own beliefs, her own ideas. You don't like the idea of her being independent. Independent as in free from external control, to act on one's voluntary impulse. You see, a lot of men, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, are reinforcing the same 20th century mindset that has emasculated the woman's ability to maintain her individuality. Back when it was wrong and mostly illegal for a woman to disagree with her husband, refuse to satisfy her husband's libido, report cases of sexual assault, become educated, rent property, file for divorce, and most importantly, think for themselves. And for the women that went against this, more than likely underwent spousal abuse. So the women had no choice but to be codependent under their husband's word, or it could mean serious repercussions. Especially since we live in a culture of androcentrism, where males are the authoritative staple in enforcing order in the best interest of their own kind, while limiting voluntary action in those that they feel are beneath them, i.e. the feminine race. And this is what I fear will happen to women, because these men are so insecure about losing their significant other that they feel the need to take ownership of them, as if they're materialistic objects that they need to keep to themselves. And what happens to an object at the hands of a human being? We use it until it's no longer enjoyable. Then we throw it away for something better, causing the cycle of desire to continue. And desire can never be satisfied no matter what you do. Now this type of chauvinism is one of the main reasons
why women think we ain't shit.
Because how can we be so enamored by their personality, their interests, their philosophies, their hobbies, and not allow them to expose any of that to whomever they please? Because first it's who you can and can't talk to on the phone, then what you can and can't do in your life, then who you can and cannot see, then what you can and cannot say, until you had that same dreadful experience of false imprisonment just like the women in the early 20th century. So wouldn't that literally be called wedlock? To trust means to have faith. To have faith means to believe. To believe means to accept. And to accept means to consider as the truth. And you, as her lover, her partner, her best friend, must trust that she's going to be loyal by you. Otherwise, you shouldn't even be in a relationship. Because without trust, you have nothing. A relationship is two independent individuals, not one dependent on the other. And as for the women here today, please don't automatically assume that the minute a man approaches you and asks for your number, that his intention is to seduce you. Because then you're only encouraging the illogical male stereotype that first of all, there's a million and one reasons why a man may ask for your number. The man may not have access to a computer to email you or find you on social media, so he may have to call or text you. You may be at an event that experiences loud noise and he can't hear a word that you're saying to him. That won't actually happen, by the way. He may want to speak to you in private and he's afraid to do it face to face. Or he doesn't want anyone overhearing the conversation when he does speak to you face to face. He may want to do business with you. And in that situation, what would you do? Reject that wonderful six-figure salary because your boyfriend doesn't allow you to speak to other people? I think it's about time to tell your boyfriend that his ego and his high level of insecurity isn't enough to pay the rent. Quit sabotaging beneficial connections with people just because it doesn't fit up to your boyfriend's ideal standards. Take responsibility and control of your own life. Do what makes you happy and never feel like you have to live up to anyone's expectations and or standards but your own. Because, let me tell you something. If you're with me, In no way, shape, or form will I attempt to control you. You are my equal or greater. You complement my life. You are not my prisoner. All I ask is that you be loyal, dedicated, honest, and faithful towards me. And I shall do the same by you. Because I refuse to destroy a woman's perspective on what a wonderful relationship is supposed to be by removing her ability to do what she wants to do and be who she wants to be. So with that being said, man, get your number.
This is comedian DK, one of the funniest comedians that I've ever had the privilege of meeting. He told me about his YouTube page and where he does the majority of the stand-up comedy performances. And this is one of my favorites. I hope you all enjoy it.
Look, I got one of your resolutions. My New Year's resolution is to overcome my fear of dogs. Look, you said what? Look, real talk. I'm a grown scared of dogs. Look, I ain't talking about pit bulls and Rottweilers either. I guarantee you, if I see a little teacup Yorkie, I'm hollering. So, I got it bad too, you know what I'm saying? I be walking the park with my kids, little brother be running loose. I'm jumping on somebody's car, you know what I'm saying? So let me down and somebody, Daddy, get off the car, Daddy. You got it on the damn you, Daddy. Daddy, you still scared? I got you, Daddy. I got you. Real talk, I'm scared of dogs. I'm really scared of dogs.
No shade.
Real talk, lady. If you ever with me and we out and the dog just happened to come out, I'm just letting you know right now on stage. Don't get in my way. I'm ready, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready. You just might get ran over. You know, I'm ready. Look, if you scared of dogs too, don't try to grab on the beat like I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? I'm scared like you scared. Too scared, you can't do that. Okay, I can tell you, Sean, you better catch up. And coming up like this is all the time. He tell me don't stuff to mine. If a dog coming in, don't run because he's gonna chase me. But what he failed to realize is you got to tell that if I stand up, dog gonna bite me, dog. Real talk, man. Look, I'm a skinny dude. Look, y'all see me, I'm skinny. It ain't like the dog will take a big chunk of my leg and be happy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take that. You gotta get one for the dog be happy that you my whole left side. I'm not the first in the captain meeting. I'm hopping around on stage trying to tell some jokes. Talk about it, listen to him. And like this, look, just because I'm scared of dogs, it don't make me soft. You know, I'm really a gentleman, you know, and I'm a real gentleman. I open doors, wait and everything. I took a girl today, she got mad because I opened the car door for her. She started calling me soft. So I had to prove to her that I was soft. So I pushed in the costume and showing her ankle. Hell, that was too much of that screen. She went and she told me, look, you can't choke me right in front of me. I said, no, baby, I can't do that. So she said, oh, you soft. I choked that. I'm trying to wait if I make it know I'm sorry. You hit the spots.
Why don't you like, comment, subscribe? Yes, like, comment, subscribe.